Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Karl, it's over. Why do you make that thumbnail? I have no idea. Jeez. Ta- Talk about self prophecy, right? Well, anyway, he puts out this tweet. I'll be releasing a video next weekend outlining everything in detail. Thanks for everyone who has patience until then. Dude, it's not that hard, man. All you do have to do is show the notices of when you first got the notices of concern where he says he's going to sue you for cheating. That's it. I mean, it's not that difficult. I put it on a video already. I mean, it's not going to make anything better. That's really going to be your defense. And look, if you gave money to Karl, you're an idiot. And if you feel defrauded, it's because you are an idiot, right? You shouldn't be giving money to people on the internet to fight lawsuits, to fight dragons. Jeez. But, in all seriousness, I answered, I said, time to explore other careers. It's over. And it is over. You have to put family over ego. You have to put family over YouTube fame. And you really do. You're in the hole already. You can't afford to be famous. You can't afford to be YouTube famous. This is absolutely nuts to think that you're going to keep on going. At his peak, he had, according to the court, what he said, 5,000 in Patreon a month. All right, so let's just say he has 5,000 a month in Patreon. It's going to take him what? Let me see. It's a year. It's about 60 grand. There's 5 years just to pay the initial 300,000. Right? If he gives every single cent to Billy, and that's even if he keeps it at that level. People are running away in droves from him. Right? So this is no guarantee. This is not a career anymore that you can rely on. They have that statistic out there where, successful YouTube careers are, getting one is very, there's a very low chance of doing it. But even when you do, they last about 3 years, 3 to 4 years at max. And what you should be doing is saving your money, all your money that you get from YouTube. So, you can use it later, but people don't do that. And in Karl's situation, it's even worse than that. He ended up with negative money. The complete opposite. You're successful at YouTube and you end up with negative dollars. Jesus Christ. It's over. It's time to get a career that benefits your family. This career is not benefiting your family. Opening your mouth on the internet about other people does not benefit your family. This is a hobby. You turned a hobby, something that should be fun, something that people, should enjoy. Maybe you make a little bit of money. You turned it into a tragedy, right? If this was a business, it would be the worst possible outcome. You ran this business into the ground. You need to stop. You need to find something that actually benefits your family with, benefits, dental, those type of things. Negotiate with people that you have grievances with so this doesn't happen again. Hopefully, Billy Mitchell shows some type of mercy. I don't know that he will, but you have the completionist just around the corner. They now could just come in with Billy's lawyers. Can you imagine he hires Billy's lawyers? It would be the worst. You get Billy's lawyers and you get the same judge. Jeez. It would be the worst of the worst. You would go from, and this shows you how fickle a YouTube career can be. You're one opinion away, right? You're one video away from completely destroying yourself. And this is the worst possible outcome. You're supposed to be making money. And now you've whatever money you made is gone. It's absolutely gone. Whatever reputation, whatever goodwill you had is gone. Even people that collaborate with you are criticizing you. It's over. If you want to make speedrun, videos, okay, on the side, after you finish your 9 to 5, after you find a new career that needs to make you more money, sacrifice a little bit, sacrifice the fame, and put yourself in a better position. This is what I would tell my friend. I don't know this guy, but if anybody was in this situation where, their business went bankrupt, and I've had businesses go under too, and I've had to reshuffle and stuff, but you have to know when to say when, right? You have to know when it's over. It's not going to get better from here. The chances of his business recovery, it's very limited, right? You need something more solid. And I'm not saying it can never happen. But what I'm saying is you shouldn't put your eggs in that one basket, right? Is he going to do like DSP after, DSP after the incident when he was jacking on video and just show up the next day like nothing happened? Like, remember George Costanza? He quits his job and shows up on Monday like nothing happened. This guy thought he was just going to make a video, the one he ended up taking down, and just like nothing happened, like just put it out there. It's not it, buddy. And even if you make this video, look at what happened to the completionist, the guy that you helped to bury, who's probably right now laughing his ass off while you're coping and seething, and he knows that he has very little money to spend just to finish you off. This is a bad position to be in, an absolutely bad position to be in. And doubling down on YouTube, it wouldn't be something that I recommend to anybody in this position. Absolutely not. The people that follow you on the drama videos, they're not going to follow you anymore because you're not making any more, at least if you're smart. And whatever revenue you're going to get on speedruns is not going to be the same as making Billy Mitchell videos. It's just not. And that doesn't benefit your family in a significant way. If you were on your own, right? If this was a single guy and had nothing to to lose, maybe go ahead and gamble your life away. But you got a kid and you got a wife, you got a house, you got everything to lose, man. When you have something to lose, you shouldn't be involved in lawsuits. You really shouldn't. You should stay away from this type of crap. Regardless, guys, whatever he does is a little too late. He should have responded already, and he still needs a week to what? To let the temperature cool down? No, bro. These dudes are waiting for you. It doesn't matter when you put out this video. Those roasts, those deep cuts are coming regardless what you do. And these are the people that were for you. It's just not going to happen. Who's going to be a Karl Jobs supporter? It's going to be like being a DSP supporter. You're going to get roasted. But it could happen. Who knows? This guy shows up to work like nothing happened. He just keeps on making videos. That would be the worst decision he could possibly make. You need to put your family over YouTube fame. But you know what? It never happens. Once these people get a taste of YouTube fame, it's hard to quit. And my guess is he's going to keep at it, and we're just going to have probably more fun in the end because, somebody out there feels wronged by one Karl Jobs, and they're going to come back for a little taste of the glory, as they say. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.